Hello everyone and welcome to Racing League Hub C2 round number 9 at Hungary, the Magyar Nagydíj or whatever XMAG used to call it. But here today once again with my best pal, QVR Verstappen. How we doing?
Hello, back for that good introduction, and yeah, I'm doing quite well. As drive start here at the Hungary, as we like to call it. So, that Hungarian kind of name is a bit too tough to actually pronounce. So,
well, yeah. So as we go around this track, obviously people starting their outlaps and just get out of the pits. This track is basically known for how hard its middle sector is. It's known to be Monaco without the barriers. You cannot overtake. There's only really, I would say, 3 or 4 overtaking opportunities on this track as Jerome just heads into the pits on the soft tyres. Soft tyres obviously not being the one to really qualify on around this track. It's more you're looking at a medium to hard strategy, as I believe we're going to have one of the two. It's going to be Wesley, actually, the person who came P2 last time around, the first person to set a lap then around the Hungary then. So down towards turn 1, we've got his teammate behind him, and down into that first corner we go, braking down into gear 2 on the DRS, back straight as quick as possible then towards turn number 2, the long sweeping left-hander. And then into turn number 3. Just after that, he gets on the power well and flings it into turn 3 before we take the rise up the hill towards turn number 4. Flip the car in as good as possible. He does that well, rise over the curb well there, using all the speed he can. Takes it down into 4th for the long turn number 5 then. And now into this notorious middle sector where these two curves can kill your car or make your lap. It's one of the two, but this time Wesley looks like he's taking it well, not using too much curb on the outside there. Now through the end of the middle sector he comes, a long right-hander coming up next then. He's going to take that pretty well. He's going to keep inside the track limits. That's something we don't. Obviously going to be purple because he's the first person on a lap. Then down into gear 2 for the start of the final sector, the long left-hander, which is definitely easier for pads to flick in. So this last sector is a pad track, pad sector even, for as my co-commentator would know perfectly well. But up to line then for RLH Wesley. He goes and sets himself a high 17 followed by a low 17 by Vitra on the soft compound tyres, followed by Prince Color, who sets an 18.2.
yeah, and as you mentioned, that last sector is a bit of a bad up kind of bit. But there's some parts for the wheel use here as well. Gotta say, sector 2, of course, easy to change direction on the wheel. So I'd say over the whole lap it's quite yeah,
it's quite balanced.
It's quite even.
Yeah, quite balanced, I'd say. Well, yeah, as we're now looking at QVR Chill, I believe still top of the championship, followed by Wesley. Wesley still not getting a win yet in the championship, but QVR Chill taking a few of them, but being less consistent up to line than he goes. Only P60, looks like it may have been a pretty bad lap for him in terms of consistency, as we've been beginning to see that Chill just needs to up his consistency. Then he'll do very well in this championship then. Round the final corner for Schofield, Chill's teammate here. We know he can go quick, but how quick would he go? It's going to be an 18.3 at the moment, showing how quick RLH Wesley's lap was then, as everyone else is started to set their laps as well then.
Yeah, I'm just looking around to see anyone on the lap. Lord Elephant looks to be towards the end of his lap. Coming around into turn 14, the final corner. Trying to go on the throttle as soon as possible. Crossing the line, needs it for out of ERS, but set to 18.2 and getting himself up onto P4. Faster
than Prince Killer, Scopefielder, Black Mamba, Chill, all of those kind of drivers that we always know at the top on the standings. Lord Elephant, I know myself personally, he's put a lot of effort into practicing around here, so hopefully he can deliver a good result at the end of it, as other people are setting laps. One thing to really know, as you can see, Donkey Dan already set a lap on these hards and not getting any lap out of them as he comes up to line now. It will be another slow lap for the Red Bull driver to get him a 32.0, just get a time on the board there. You can get a lot of invalidations around here. Obviously, this track is well known for harming you. Oh, it's almost harmed Donkey Dan there as he comes around turn 1. harming you with the track limits, especially at turn number 4, and before the start of the final sector then, as Jerome comes up to line as well. In the race, you may see quite a few penalties come up in the bottom left hand side of the screen as Jerome sets an invalid lap as well then.
Yeah, definitely it's hard to set a valid lap, and especially the chicane in the middle sector, turn 6 and 7 is a difficult one. And the swooping left-hander up the hill is also a difficult one to stay clean. But we're talking on there, Izzat has managed to put up a good lap and get into P3.
Wow, that is an astonishing lap actually. That's he's got himself up into that P3. We know the only race I've seen him in, I don't know if he's probably raced in a race where I didn't commentate, but I know him for that Canada result that he first had out on his first debut race here, where he went pole to win. So a good lap from here at Spa-Holt. Look at that, beating
Black
out
Mamba just in behind.
Exactly. Look at those two. Maybe a bit of slipstream between those two, as Spa-Holt may have got a bit of Black Mambas, but times are now tumbling. Is there more grip on the track?
Perhaps drivers just getting used to the track as well.
Mix of both. What lap times were we setting on the hards yesterday in C1? It was low 17s, wasn't it?
Yeah, low to mid 17s were off, like the mid pack. So let's see what we can see here in C2 then.
See if they can challenge some of us.
Set himself into P6, just in behind Izzat, 1,000 of a second, that's the difference.
Schofield is setting the purple final sector there, so very good. I don't know if he's on a pad or wheel, but whatever, that last sector must have been something to really gaze at, as it looks like Corner Joe potentially is coming around the final corner. Yes, he is, being a back marker really of C2, but can he maybe show something else today? Yes, up into P8, exact same time as Lord Elephant. Don't know why Lord's lower down, because I believe, oh no, it's the last person to set that up. Is it the first or last? It's the first person to set that up.
It's the first who usually, yeah. So I don't know why the game has decided to put up Conrad Joe higher than Lord Elephant, but we'll have to see in the medium runs, because of course it's not going to decide track position just yet.
Well, I can see some, Bosmos just improved, as I've just gone onto him as he crossed the line. Let's get Fiscal, looks like he's on an outlap for his first lap of the day. He's gone straight onto medium, so could this be a little bit of a change of strategy? We know Fiscal has really benefited from a change of strategy, maybe a bit of I don't think it'll be a wet start at least, because everyone is opting for the mediums at the moment, but it looks like potentially Fiscal could be going on a different strategy, as his first lap being on those mediums could potentially lean towards a soft start to the race like Beach is doing. Exactly.
Yeah, it's just barely improving, but it's an improvement. It's always good, of course. I think we might have 10k. I'm not too sure if he's on the lap. I'm looking at his year as quite high up, so let's see what he does. He goes on to finish the lap, so let's see, come around the final corner in 4th gear, up to 5th. The ERS open, and he comes across the line at a 118.031, gets himself into P5.
We're getting a comment, someone saying, come on, Wesley at the moment up in P4. Hopefully he can put on a good show at the moment. He's still not won a race in the league, so could this be the time for him to maybe get up and get a good result? As you can see already, everyone going out in their second runs on the hard compound tyres, as tyres are getting old, 10Ks. Oh, let's get Fiscal.
Not really a competitive lap time just yet. A few of the Alphas coming around, so let's see what they're on about.
Spa-Holt potentially.
No, he's invalidated.
I've wanted to Jerome. Yeah, so none of them send competitive lap times. But is that RLH Wesley? That's him on an outlap, I suspect. Yes, it is. Is that Chill on an outlap as well, I assume? Yes, it is. And then just behind that, Veenstra. Will he go for another lap, or will he head into the pits? He heads into the pits with a small improvement then. And then just behind those few drivers is 10K, who is on an invalid lap. So looks like this is not the one
safe
for
the time for his killer as well. So AJ in behind, he's on a medium lap. Let's see what he does. And he's still valid.
Still got a lot of EOS to play with here, as he's not really used it all up. He may go for a second lap. Obviously that will not really benefit his tyres in the long run of things, but it could help him in quality. He had a good
quick lap.
He had a good first quick lap up to line 0.3. Not a bad lap there.
Definitely not. It's,
beating out
Yeah, the
Beatrice.
mediums are about 8 times faster than the hard, so
that's what we love to see around here. RLH Wesley on another hard lap, and he's gone purple through the middle sector on those hards. So great middle sector from the Toro Rosso driver then. Can he match that in the final sector? We know that at the moment, I believe, Schofield has got that fastest last sector. So can Wesley steal that off of him and get himself maybe up to P1 as Jerome goes quicker on the mediums. Wesley goes up into that provisional pole if you're taking out on the hards, that is. But in terms of mediums, he's obviously not got that pole. Jerome's now taking that away from AJ. Wesley, 17.7 on the hards. That is a very competitive lap time.
definitely is. This is a really good lap time, actually. That would have got him right in the pack in C1 as well. So
just have a look at Izzat actually as well. Izzat on a lap, it seems. Yes, he is on a lap.
Prince Killer as well.
Yeah, we'll
He's
have a
close to the end of the lap.
Yeah, up to line for the McLaren driver. He looks at 8 tenths up. He goes P2. Slower than Jerome, though. So I believe Prince Killer used to be one of our quality merchants. He's maybe changed into more of a race pace kind of dude with either that or Jerome is just really showing a good benchmark lap time for all these guys to beat. One of the two, because
I think it's really Jerome putting up actually quite a good lap time there. It's very good showing, as Jerome doesn't have any points just yet this season, but he'll be looking to change that with that pace. He definitely has a chance to do that.
That's right, on board with Izzat now. I've seen him do good pop. He's done a pole lap before, so let's have a look what he can do on these three to four lap old tyres.
He's a non-ERS.
Oh,
so
he's backed out, but could he go next lap? Or he's going to head into the pits.
Conrad Joe in behind him.
Oh, God, Izzat. Izzat's gone wide. Conrad Joe then will be the next person to cross the line. Let's have a look. Was his first lap of the hards as well? Yes, it was. So, can Cotton Eye Joe improve? He's used basically all his ERS up. He's used it quite well. Then up to line for the Renault driver. Can he get himself into the top 10? He does. P7. 17.9. Very competitive lap time.
That's quite a surprise. It's of course not been too high up this season just yet, but that lap time really seems promising, honestly.
Yeah, both Red Bulls now on out laps, as you mentioned, as you talk about Conrad Joe. That is impressive for someone who's rarely been inside that top 10 throughout races. So props to him.
Invisible, behind.
Oh, here we go. Someone who hasn't set a lap yet. The only person not to set a lap yet. Can the McLaren driver get himself up there? We know he's been competitive before in quali. He goes P6, a good lap there. Provisional Provisional, what's that, P2?
Yeah, definitely. Well, once again, the grid's so close. If you look between the hard runners, P5 and P13, 14, it's about 6 cents between them. 5.5, 6 cents.
Yeah, fair play to all of them. I can see a Williams. Is that Schofield on an outlap? Yes, it is. And then everyone is really on outlaps now because they obviously want around 2 laps to really get the tyres in. Sorry?
The 2 Red Bulls are not on outlaps, so Tenke is the front one. Coming around for turn 11 as and down into turn 12. Purple middle sector as 6 cents up. Coming around turn 12, down into turn 13. Difficult corner. Going quite tight on the entry and throughout the full corner. Going into the last corner, into 14. And gets the power down on the exit out of DRS though. DRS open and sets a lap time over 1:17.058. And
let's have a look at Donkey Dan. Oh, he goes even quicker.
He beat him 1,000.
Whoa, look at those two. No, literally on my screen, it is the exact same time. They do not. I don't know if it's. Yeah, it is 1,000. But if you go to leader, it's the exact same time.
That's amazing. So Izzat has retired from session into the pits.
Looks like Izzat's not had the quality that he wanted, but now we move on to, I believe, is that Wesley out on an outlap? Yes, it's Wesley on an outlap. Then we've got Lord and Walshabert. Walshabert's coming around the first few corners. Lord starting his lap now, down in P14. The Ferrari's not performing.
In behind, in turn 12, and he looks to be in the quick one. He's on the mediums.
A second quicker.
Turn 13. Wide line into there. Coming down into the final corner. Let's see what he does. turn in quite nicely. Third gear briefly before shifting back up to fourth, into fifth, and crossing the line of 116.8. First one into the 16th.
16s now is the benchmark for these drivers, and the next one up to line is the championship leader. Then he's 5 tenths down, so he will have to have another go. He's got time for 2 more goes, so it's fine for him. It looks like this may be a cool down lap before he goes right at the dust of things. So the 2 Red Bulls are setting another lap. Actually, they're going again. They're both going again.
In behind.
Let's
see what he can do.
Sparhol
yes,
goes P1.
16 set 6. Jeez, really good lap time.
Very good from him, as we can see both Mercedes coming out of the pits now.
Wolfsburg into P3 there.
Very good lap from him.
And one of the Toro Rosso. Wesley, he's been showing a great pace at the moment, coming down to the final corner, third gear.
Only 5 tenths up though. This could not be amazing, but out of that final sector, he's going to go P3 with a 16.9, breaking that 17 barrier. Then up to line, I can see Lord Edgar goes P9 with a 17.2. A good lap from him there. Vinstra on an out lap, and just behind that is that Fiscal on a lap. Yes, no, it's not Fiscal. That's a Renault on a lap. So that would be that would be
out lap. Not out lap.
No,
Chill is the next one.
Yeah, so Chill actually, yeah. So Chill's got another go at this. So Chill's going to go. It says he's 5 tenths down, but he looks like he's getting ready for a lap. He's getting ready for a lap. And this will be his last time around. But those tyres are going to get a bit old. So be careful, Chill, there, as people now getting out on out laps and just getting ready. As I believe that's Prince Killer on an out lap as well. The Red Bulls.
Fiscal's just safe. No, they're not. Already checked on that one.
And then Fiscal's on a lap. All these guys all getting ready for their laps, but no one's actually on a lap at the moment. As we're coming to the dusk of things now, we can see the 2 Ferraris. I assume they'll be coming into the pits now. 10K retires from the session in the pits. Jerome is in the pits, and then the other one is Sparholt. He will be coming into the pits. No, Sparholt's going out for another lap actually.
Will be the next one. Teamster will be the next one, and he's coming around turn 12, going a bit wide there, and he's invalidated, unfortunately, from him.
AJ, is the next one. No, it's Conrad Joe, isn't it? As now the checkered flag is raised. Quite a few people in the pits. So now, so was that Vinstra coming through the final few corners now? So Vinstra won't set a good lap, but can Cotton Joe improve from 14th on the grid? We saw some decent pace on the hard from the Renault driver. He got up into around P7. Can he potentially get a low 17 to maybe equal that? And he only goes P13 that time around. We got Chill coming around the final corner. Schofield up to the line as well.
Just improves. And Chill in behind, coming around, and he sets P3. And that's
AJ P4.
AJ, good lap from him. Prince Killer just in behind as well. One of the Red Bulls is next, is Donkey Down. He's
not improving.
On a slow one.
So Boss Mods and Black Mamba still to improve. Black Mamba had a good hard lap.
And if it's Boss well, don't forget about him.
These two both on
Black Mamba first.
Oh, goes P10, and then Invisible in behind goes P3. Very good lap from him, and then up to the line, Boss Mods P17.
Only P17.
So Isaac is last.
Sparholt's head into the pits, and Lord Elephant, is he still on an improvement? No, he is not.
So I believe that is everyone. Yes, it will be. So biggest surprise is there. AJ up in P5. Great lap from him. Sparholt setting everyone alight. I believe he's now part of QVR, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah. That's the guy in P2. So,
oh, look at a bit of Williams argy-bargy there, as we can see on the cameras. But Sparholt does take home P1, as we see drivers into the pit. Scopefielder in P2, Invisible P3, good quality from him. P4 Chill, our championship leader, and P5 is AJ Win, AJW, whatever you want to call him. 6th Prince Killer, 7th Wesley. Wesley not having the best quality, but well done to the 7 people who got into the 16.
Just want to point out again, just so close. I think the top, everyone except from Izzat, who was on the hards, I think everyone was in the second, so great showing between those drivers all. That's very good actually. And now Sparholt, as we can see, confirmation, has taken the pole position then with a 16.649, a 10th behind him is Scopefield, then half a 10th gap to Invisible in behind. Then it goes Chill, AJ, Prince Killer, Wesley, Walshaber, and Donkey Dan
finishing your top 10. Then outside the top 10, still within 0.4 of a second here, is 10K, Jerome, and then 5/10s, Lord Elephant, Veenstra, Let's Get Fiscal, Cotton Eye Joe, Bosmots, and Izzat is the only hard runner. So everyone, except for Izzat, well, he qualified on the hards, is within a second. It shows how close the grid is for Verstappen.
Yeah, it definitely shows, again, how competitive this is. And it's going to be really a surprise who's going to take this home, honestly.
Well, yeah, I'm as baffled as you are on who could take this win today. I think the top 7, really, even top 8, could all take the win today. But it's obviously around the track. Track position is key, and obviously Spa-Hole is in the perfect position for that.
Yeah, definitely, but of course keeping it clean on the penalties is quite important here as well. So if you get quite close here, you can't afford to have too many penalties.
One thing to say,
you can keep it on track because it's a driving track, as we know, and the walls are quite near still, even though it's Monaco without walls.
Definitely able to. Definitely at turn number 4 is. I don't want to give you any PTSD from last night in Verstappen, but it's definitely a place where you could definitely have a little bit of a slip up and head into the wall, as my teammate did as well on the first lap. So everyone just needs to be careful in these first few laps, and I can assure them that they will go up masses of positions then. So I can see quite a few people watching the live stream then. So guys, if you are watching, please give me a prediction on where do you think who will win this race, because I'm not sure myself, because the top 4 are all very consistent. Chill being able to win races, Spa-Hole being able to win races, Schofield, I don't know if he's won a race or not, and
he's won 2.
He's won 2 actually. So, and then Invisible, also I'd say the dark horse in this little battle here, as I don't think he's won a race at the moment, but he's had good results nonetheless. Both McLarens within the top 6, both Williams second and fourth. And then the Renaults are quite split. Then we got Wesley in behind. We know he's consistent. He's consistently within that top 6. What can he do today? Wolgeber, he's had a mixed bag of results really. Black Mamba in P9. We know he's a bit of a comeback king. P10 is Donkey Dan, and then P11 is 10K. These guys not really on the pace of what they used to be back last season, but what can they do this time around then, as everyone else is getting a bit quicker? They may need to just shape themselves up for a good race ahead. Jerome in P12, he had a good lap there. P13, Lord Elephant, he's had a lot of practice, so what can he can do? Veenstra in P14, Fiscal in P15, Cotton Eye Joe, a good pace in quality on the hards in P16. What can he do in that second stint? P17 is Bosmots, and P18 is Izzat, a proven race winner at the back of the grid, starting on the hards then.
Yeah, and Jerome, Lord Elephants, Veenstra, Fiscal, and Bosmots join him in that, while 10K and Cotton Eye Joe opting to just go onto the mediums. And I think we'll only see those 2 tyre compounds out today unless we get a late safety car. But anyway, drive line up to the grid.
Spa-Hole.
And we'll go shortly
Spa-Hole.
This race.
Spa-Hole taking that pole position then. Will he be able to keep it down to turn 1? He's got that outside line. On the inside line is Schofield, but then we go to 3, 4, 5 red lights at the Hungaroring. And it's lights out and away we go at the Magnon Nagadic circuit then. And down towards turn 1, it seems like Invisible getting a good start. Maybe round the outside potentially as we go down to turn 1. It looks like Spa-Hole has maintained that P1. P2 is Invisibles at the moment. Williams in P3 and P4. They're going side by side down towards turn number 4. It all seems quite clean in behind there. No one's gone off for turn 1. It all seems very clean as we go through turn 2. No real damage as we fly through turn 3 now and up the hill towards turn number 4. All drivers going side by side at the moment. Spa-Hole taking the lead. Invisible in behind. Still side by side action as now everyone's getting so close. No incidents at the moment. C2 keeping it very clean as we can see all a bit of side by side action at the back of the grid here. Is that trying to go to the inside of Veenstra down, and Donkey Dan's off. Donkey Dan's being over the gravel there at the chicane. As now we can see Spa-Hole really getting away, and so is Invisible from the train of Schofield and Chill as we come through the second sector of lap 1 then, as all funneling down like a roller coaster through the Hungaroring circuit.
Yeah, and drivers made a good start. 10K jumping up 3 positions. Scott Knight Joe jumping up 4, as Cosmos has jumped up 3 as well. Some side by side at the back with Izzat and Beanstra. Izzat making that move work, and Sparholz in the fast lap of the race. Let's see, can we see any move down into turn 1? Don't think Prince Killer looks to be really close. Looking towards the inside. Can he make it stick? No, he backed out of it.
Looks like no one's close enough yet. Obviously, DRS is not enabled yet, so they're not going to get that extra bit of speed. They're just keeping it clean for now. And Goldie put in the comments, prediction at least 4 drivers enter the pits at the end of lap 1. Well, I'm sorry, you've just mistaken C2 for a tier with dirty drivers. I've not seen anyone in the walls. This is very good. Better than C1, to be fair. C1 and the VSC on lap 1. So these guys playing it clean, and it's got them good positions at the moment. Everyone still in this battle as we come through the chicane for the 2nd time today then, as we fly through the middle sector now, as all these drivers are just bundling up together before they all go ham, and we see a few gaps as at the front. There is a bit of a gap already showing, with a 2nd gap between Sparholt and Invisible out front. Yeah,
it seems to be the separation at top, as Jerome already picked up a time penalty then. Quite early on, it's only lap 2. But yeah, said this is gonna appear quite a few times, I think, this session. Is drivers from 7th lap of the race. Schofield now with a 20.6, and he moves. Let's see, Prince Killer again looking close, not close enough.
I can see
looking.
Everyone's looking for these moves down to turn 1. DRS is now enabled, so they'll get it at the end of this lap. Obviously, the detection zone is at turn, I want to say 14, well, the end of turn 14, start of turn 15 then. So these guys just need to hold that 1 second gap, as Invisible's not being able to do, as Sparholt has been able to get away from that, as funneling down into turn 3 now, as 10K is the 2nd person to pick up a very early penalty in this race. And you're going to see that bottom left hand side of the screen lights up many times during this race.
Yeah, I think that's going to happen quite a lot, but the top driver's keeping it clean so far. Schofield looking close now to the back of Invisible there, so let's see if we can get something going into turn 1 next lap round.
Well, it looks like
a bit of gap behind Chill now.
Yeah, it looks like Invisible's a bit off the pace this lap. He's lost 5 tenths alone on this round as well, as we go around the final corner. DRS is now enabled for this driver, so expect quite a few moves. Maybe down to turn 1, we can see gaps of only around 3 or 4 tenths. So down to turn 1, can Schofield make any type of move? Invisible doesn't have DRS compared to the Williams ahead. He's only in EOS mode 2, so he's not looking for a move right now and just saving his EOS. I'm just looking in behind. We can see a Mercedes going for it, not this time around. And at the back of the grid, we see Donkey Dan always going for it, but not this time around.
Jerome, another penalty.
Very early. Side by side, side by side, Jerome and Black Mamba. Black Mamba round the outside of the Alpha driver, and they're still going to go side by side into turn 3. Black Mamba, good move from the Mercedes driver, very nice move, and Konai Joe might get involved actually. Oh, he's had to make a venture to the grass there to make sure he didn't get some front wing damage there. Jerome really does cut him off, but fairly, as Konai Joe was coming from behind there, and obviously Jerome could cut off that angle as he does ride the curb quite well through the chicane then, as we funnel once again through that middle sector where we won't see many moves, but just getting closer and further away. And look at that scope for the right back of Invisible, yes. Ooh. Only 3 tenths of the gap now, and if he's going to challenge Sparholt later on in this race, he needs to get this done. He needs to get this move done quite quickly then, as once again we funnel through turn number 15 as Invisible gets a better exit than Sparholt, goes a bit wider and obtains a much better exit. But now Schofield is using his EOS quite effectively down into turn 1. He's going to go for it. Oh, he's going to feint out of it. He's not looking for that move this time around then. But further down the grid, are we going to see any moves happening? I can see, oh, that's
Joe around the outside of turn 1 on Jerome. Side by side they go. Jerome looks to be having a better exit. And yes, he maintains that position.
Mediums versus hards though, I expect, with more grip. Konai Joe needs to get past soon, otherwise Jerome will just pull away And then that'll be the end of that little battle there. So, oh, Chill, is that invisible round? No.
Yeah, at that famous turn 4 then. Will we see any kind of safety cars as well? Lets everyone through.
That is such a shame for Invisible. We said he was going to be the dark horse, but he has been inconsistent. And sadly, that's really paid a toll here. No VSC, no nothing. As he's just lost a bit of his front wing now. Sparhole has extended that gap to 2.5 seconds. As I assume Schofield did have to make a little journey out the way to make sure he did not get any damage from Invisible there, having a little bit of an off. But now Williams 2-3. Can they work together to get closer to Sparhole?
Yeah, let's see if they can actually do that. So is looking to the back of Schofield. It looks to be just keeping in behind further down the grid. Let's see, Black Mamba is quite close to the back of Wolf the Bird. Can he make a move down into turn 1? Has a look. Doesn't go for it. Conrad Joe as Geronda goes defensive.
So right side.
Goes to Renault.
He's got better traction on these new grippier tyres, but no, not this time around. He's going to have to stick him behind. But down the inside of turn 2, this is going to be risky. He's going to have to go on that curb and still side by side, Cotton Eye Joe and Jerome. There's still a little bit of action, and now Cotton Eye Joe's had to stick him behind there as we funnel down through the next few corners. Still Donkey down at the back. This is not what we expect from them. As, well, oh, is that hit? Oh, is that round? He's had to brake very suddenly, and that's ruined Donkey down as well in the process. And once again, no safety car, no drivers out of the race, as Izzat somehow did not hit the barriers there. As more drivers now getting in incidents, and will be joining Invisible at the back of the grid, unless there is a safety car that does come around. Sparhole gap decreasing now, as Schofield did a very good lap there to get to decrease the gap by about 4 or 5 tenths of a second as we come around the final corner once again.
Yeah, and Chill almost losing touch with Schofield. Schofield does have the fast lap of the race then, so it's been a really good lap from the squeeze. Anyway, further down the grid, can we see any move? Conrad Joe once again looking close as Donkey Down is into the pit for that damage.
Just have a look at Conrad Joe there, he's getting close, but just not close enough. Will he be able to utilise the DRS now? No, he looks a bit too far behind on exit there. And Lord Elephant may get involved quite soon actually, as Bosmot's right at the back of him as well. It's Alfa, Renault, Ferrari, Mercedes coming down into turn number 2. Then there's obviously the 2 drivers of Izzat and 10K have popped into the pit lane then. As it looks like Izzat is stuck in the pits. Oh, he's got a front wing change, never mind. Anyways,
there's not really much action as this track is not, of course, so battle friendly per se.
Yeah, if you're going to make a battle around here, it's got to be Dairy. You got to be some kind of Daniel Ricciardo dive bombs when he was in the Red Bull. Talking about Red Bulls, we see one closing up to a McLaren right now with only a 6/10 gap, and that could definitely change underneath the conditions of DRS then. As 10K closing up very slowly to Prince Keller in front of him. Obviously maintaining that DRS. Sparhole does reply with a fast lap of the race on those mediums. Now in their prime.
It's the same.
And look at that. Instant replies then down towards turn 1. Will 10K maybe make a move on the McLaren ahead? Not this time around. We will get a good exit maybe down into turn number 2. As Prince Keller actually maintains a good exit speed there. Now we can see this real train really starting between these drivers between 10th and 13th for the battle of that 1 point then.
Yeah, and Jerome being on his hearts, of course, it starts a bit slower. So that won't help the drives in behind, such as Conrad Joe, who is on the mediums and who will look to get past. Jerome goes a bit wide there.
Yeah, Conrad Joe, the only person here on the mediums. He's in a little bit of a hard sandwich right now with a lot of hard piece of bread underneath him as well then. As he's the only one outside, he's the only one really who has not pitted on the mediums outside of the top 10. All the runners of the mediums are inside the top 10, obviously to quali as well, obviously does make a bit of sense. But now down into that final sector, it seems like the gap has really increased between Chill and Schofield, as Schofield is trying to make an attack as Donkey Dan does pick up a 3-second penalty.
Yeah, and there's a bit of a train out behind Prince Killer as well. 10K and Wolfsburg and Black Mamba.
Two little trains coming here. They're coming 4x4 at the moment. And it doesn't look like any move could be happening down towards turn 1 at the moment. I'm just looking in, and 10K is probably the closest person. But Prince Killer, once again on that exit, makes a good job of it, so there isn't any moves. Wesley, though, right on the back of AJ, maybe a move there in the coming laps that we may need to have a look out for. It seems like Chill is a bit off the pace now, and Chill may be coming into the clasps now of AJ and also Wesley. AJ having a very good race actually at the moment.
Yeah, gotta be said. He picked up that podium. I think I want to say was it Britain. Is that pushes for the fast lap of the race, then a second faster than it already was. So those fresh mediums, that's of course it's quite easy to do. Yeah, AJ having a good race here. He's maintained that before quite nicely.
So wait, did you say he's got a podium before?
I'm pretty sure he has. I want to say it was Britain, but I don't know for sure.
Okay, but whatever his statistics are, I think it could be a nice statistic to come out of this one if he keeps going as he is, as we know that Chill's a bit prone to picking up penalties. So if, oh actually, hang on, Wesley was actually getting quite close there to the back of the Renault, but not this time around. As we can see, these two trains really coming in once again. As Jerome still ahead of Cotton Eye Joe. No real action there at the moment. The Cotton Eye Joe.
Yes,
now
the Prince Killer.
Oh,
Prince Killer lost a few upset. I think he might have just lost traction for a bit. But Walsworth and Prince Killer side by side. Prince Killer maintains that P7 though. Let's see. Does Prince Killer have damage? Don't think so. So that's all good.
Let me have a look. I'm just going to have a look. Oh, around the outside. Looks like Prince Killer may have just let Walshy back through there.
I think this might be a wheel issue. Look, he's definitely sick here, it looks like. No, he's now back. Not too sure about it in that case.
I'm a bit confused on what the conditions were there, but hopefully whatever happened is back to normal now with Prince Killer in that PA. Hopefully he hasn't any wheel issues that will really annoy him, but holding in 0 EOS through this middle sector now and then back up to 3, so it looks like he's back to normal whatever the problem was, but he has lost 2 positions out of it, which he won't be happy about. As through lap 10 now we go and on to lap 11. Gap at the top, only 1.2 seconds. We can see these guys now creating a bit of gap to PVR 2 in behind at the moment. Where is Sparrow with the championship, by the way? As
no move here. Black Mamba getting past Prince Killer.
Surely there's a problem here with Prince Killer.
There is something going on, but I can't really pinpoint what it is. But anyway, as you said, Skull Knight Joe's down the inside of Jerome actually, so let's go on board with that. Joe getting past Jerome, and seems like he has that move completed. As you said, Sparholt is third in the championship on 69 points.
How far is he behind the likes of Chill?
Chill is on 99, so
30 point
that's
gap.
30 points. That's Scott Knight Joe just on board with him. He has a major snap over still on that turn 4. Keeps it though.
And now getting very close. We've got a bit of a helicopter cam. Oh, I think Joe into the back of Cotton Eye Joe. No damage though. Well, for both drivers really, and also the train in behind. Just obviously be careful on those braking zones for these guys, because those can be pretty bad at times, as I experienced one time I'd say a week ago, and let's just say at lap 1 that chicane, let's just say I had to head into the pits at the end of lap 1 for front wing damage, and we're just going to leave it at that. As now we see finally people coming into that pit lane.
Prince Killer's in, but Wesley looking close once again. Does he have a move? He has a bit of a look, but doesn't go for it. Yeah, Prince Killer are in for an early pit stop. Don't know if that's related to his issues.
If it's not, well, to be fair, in C1 that was around the normal time to pair around lap 12, so not too surprised. But I assume in the next few laps we will be seeing a lot of people heading into that pit lane then, as we can see a little bit of a train forming behind 10K now once again, as he does pick up his second penalty of the race. And now look at the gap between the top two. Looks like Spot sides have gone off here.
Yeah, Schofielder has been slowly decreasing the gap. Looks like Schofielder has some good pace, and it's going to turn out for a good battle, honestly.
I feel like
Black Mamba gets past
yellow flags. Where the yellow
I think
flags?
Bosworth had an off.
No one's off.
No, Bosworth had an off as he lost position to Black Mamba.
Sparhole in the pits.
Sparl's into the pits.
Schofield doesn't.
Chill doesn't either.
So
no one follows Sparl at the moment.
That's surprising. No one heading into the pits. No one. Everyone holding out for another lap at least. Does Sparhole know something that no one else does? Potentially? Or the other way round? I'm not too sure, to be fair, but it could be an undercut masterclass for the Alpha drivers. He now exits the pits in clear air, which is very good for him. But now, is this the time for Schofield to really push on and maybe get a little bit of an overcut on Sparhole here? But Sparhole hasn't come out in traffic, which is not good for the Williams' little trying to.
You say that, but he's 2 seconds behind the train of Jerome Colnajo Gordon Bosmos. He's only 2 seconds behind that. As Bosmos had just gone off. Oh, he'll catch up on those tires.
He has caught up. He's caught up on Bosmos.
Yeah, I think Bosmos made a mistake out of turn 4 there. Managed to keep it on track though.
And they've got it's traffic through the middle sector as well, which is not good for the current provisional race leader. Then will Schofield reply this lap then head into the pits? He won't this time around. Will Chill
does.
Oh, look at that around the outside though. Sparhole, good move there on Bosmos to get himself into that P11. He needed that move as soon as possible, and now he's got a tiny bit more clear air before he goes for another lap. So Schofield's tyres looking good at the moment as now his teammate Kvyat Shield, the championship leader at the moment, does enter the pits.
Yeah, and I think he'll come out like in between the gap between Bosmos and Let's Get Fiscal, it seems like. So
yeah, straight in the middle of that.
Bit of clean air there. So Wesley's close to the back once again of AJ. Can't get past of course here.
You got to be very daring to even try going around the outside here, as it's just impossible to get through the next left hand.
Far down the grid is that to the back of Donkey Dan, that is, and is that on those mediums. Donkey Dan goes defensive. Is that can he go at it around the outside? Donkey Dan brakes late, switch back and looking to be inbounds.
Very late braking.
And that's is that pass. So Donkey Dan overshoots his brakes. And the Haas driver can get through quite easily then.
Yeah, nice move there. Will Schofield and maybe reply this lap, and he's still not heading into the pits. He's going very long on these mediums. What's his lap times been like? Because surely...
Have a look.
Or potentially, shall I tell you what it could be? Because otherwise he'll come out in that train.
Oh, that might be a decent thought. I'm not so sure what he's thinking.
Because surely, look at Sparhole, look where he is. He's right in the middle of this little train with Lord Elephant ahead on old hards. So surely what Schofield is doing is waiting for Sparhole to get past these drivers and then head into the pits. Surely that's what he's thinking. Because when Sparhole gets past him, surely...
yeah, that could be a decent thought. So Schofield will still be faster than the likes of Jerome and Good Elephants.
Exactly. So this is a real weird time for strategy, as all the guys on the team will be doing the numbers, and well, actually it'll be Schofield's head doing the numbers, and also Jeff on the side of that. But they'll be doing the numbers and checking the numbers, making sure that Schofield does go into a gap and not into this ridiculous train that they found themselves in. So into the final sector once again. Has Jeff called Schofield in yet? Then the gap is 7 seconds to AJ. And finally, no, he's not. He's going to stay out another lap then. So he's really going long. Is AJ going to go long? Are they? It looks like AJ maybe heading to the pits.
Down the inside of Lord Elephant. Side by side they go. There's a late move from the Danish driver, and he gets past.
We know
that'll help him.
Look at this now. Now he's got his teammate ahead of him. Surely this will be an easy move, and then he'll be in a bit more of a clear air kind of mood.
Let's see what AJ comes out.
Look at Jerome. Jerome's just helping him along down towards turn 1 there. Bit of team orders there from the... Actually, no, Jerome stays down the inside. Having a bit of a banging together there, a bit of a clash, as Jerome's not giving up that position easily, as now down into turn 2. Jerome's still holding it quite well, but Sparhole does get past in the end. Bit of a cheeky little manoeuvre there from the other Alpha driver as his teammate does come through on newer tyres.
AJ has come out as 4 to 5 seconds, almost 5 seconds behind Chill, which the gap was 2 seconds off. So Chill has won a bit there.
Chill's in clean air.
So Jerome has overshot his brakes, almost and spirals into the back. That was massive overshot. Ooh.
What happened? Was it down into the chicane?
Yeah. So basically, Jerome just completely overshot it. Went like fully down the inside, basically. Sparks managed to avoid it.
Schofield is still not heading into the pits as well. Wesley does head into the pits now, and I believe 10K doesn't, Black Mamba doesn't, Walshaber heads into the pits, Cotton Eye Joe doesn't, and then obviously there's Sparhole in behind that. So I feel like Sparhole, now in clean air, can just fly on these tyres. So surely Schofield needs to head into the pits this lap.
Basically, he does, yeah. Let's see, Wesley and Wolfsburg out, and Jerome also into the pits already from those hards.
Wesley, ahead, is he going to be ahead of AJ? Yes, he is. Down into turn 1, Wesley's come out of the pits, and AJ maybe having a bad few laps on those hards, and Wesley now ahead, taking a massive overcut there on AJ, 2-lap overcut, I believe, or maybe just a 1. But now Wesley ahead of the Renault driver, showing how much pace he actually had in the car. So potentially, is this what Schofield is looking for? Is now Jerome down behind Izzat as he heads out of the pits on mediums? He's hoping those mediums last those 17 laps, but surely they will, as Schofield has been able to show. Does he heads into the pits now? Surely, yes, he does.
And let's see where he comes out, because this will be quite exciting to say the least. Sparhole's coming down into turn 12.
Look how he's so close already. So I assume as
it's yellow. It's a virtual safety car.
Perfect. That is perfect for. Yeah, that is perfect for Scopefielder.
That's definitely perfect for him.
The whole top 4 are living in dreams right now.
Lord
Look
Elephant
how far.
As well. He's
Look
in.
at that. Lord Elephant banking on. Wow.
Although Sparrows close.
Down into turn 1. Oh, he's locked up. He's looking up. Oh, he's obviously trying to get underneath that. Oh, I know exactly what Sparhole was doing. He was going much lower than what the Delta had said to try and get past Scopefielder down to turn 1.
It did not work.
Yeah, we're back under, and Sparhole now losing out
and
massively.
Black Mamba.
Wow!
Yes, jumped Wesley and AJ under that virtual safety car situation.
That VSC came at the perfect time for all those soft runners. Lord Elephant.
Like Joe.
Yeah, wow. Also,
Lord Elephant on those medium. He's on those mediums now. Bossmod's the same.
Yeah, those guys and Jerome as well. Obviously not benefiting, but Lord Elephant is in a prime position right now. Obviously on new. Well, him and Let's Get Fiscal. Obviously hasn't pitted yet, but we know that those tyres can go the distance, as Scopefield has just shown us. So now it's just a question of, can Lord Elephant manage his tyres? Plus, can he get past Let's Get Fiscal?
I think he should be able to get past quite quickly as he has the
nice
exits.
Corner. Nice exit there. Down into turn 12 he goes.
Oh,
that's a bold move. That's a bold move from Lord Elephant. The Ferrari still side by side with the Haas. The Haas down the inside. Oh, and he's round. Oh, and somehow he's not hitting anyone else. Late move by Let's Get Fiscal to try and regain that. But why would he try?
Road, Wesley ran the outside of turn 1 on Black Mamba. Tries to switch back. Can he get it done? That'd be a nice move there. Wesley has the DRS going around the outside of turn 2. Side by side they go. Still side by side, Wesley seems to be getting that move done, and that's a good move from the Toro Rosso driver. Back into P5.
Oh, here we go. Black Mamba still there though. Oh, he's going to be cut across by Wesley there. As Scopefielder now picks up a penalty. That's really big actually. As let's have a look at him versus Sparhole. Sparhole he's got 2 warnings actually. He's just gained another warning as yes, Scopefielder hitting up that first penalty of the race, and Sparhole could be close to one as well. Oh, yeah, look at Chill running wide there. Chill, it just flied off the track there. But now,
anyway, still free car train for P5 then. And Let's see how this plays off.
Yeah, all these guys on newish tyres, obviously with AJ on a slightly older tyres. Always he's lost the back end a tiny bit running onto the marbles. As now these drivers obviously won't be pitting again unless there's a late safety car, which is not. Still, I'm surprised how close the grid is, considering that half of them had headed into the pits. Everyone, except for Invisible, obviously, in that first or last sector, and there's no one in that middle sector at all, which is quite promising to see how close the grid is.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
But now, riding on with Black Mamba, the closest probably person to the next car ahead. I'm just having a look at the Waterberg gap as well. That's not changing too much. So Black Mamba on the back of Wesley. He's been locked out there by the VSC as Donkey Dan did retire from the Grand Prix. Oh, as he's run wide out of the turn 5 there, and could AJ potentially close up on the driver ahead of him, but not this time around. He's 9/10 behind. And look at the gap between Schofield and Sparhole has increased by quite a lot, and Sparhole is now locking up quite a few times. So he needs to get the grip down and speed the heck up if he's going to get anywhere close to Schofield. Meanwhile, keeping it consistent.
Yeah, and a few trains actually, like Lord Elephant, of course, pulling away from Prince Killer and Bosworth on mediums compared to hards. Fine, we have Let's Get Disco, Izzat and Jerome, as Jerome goes around the outside and into the wall.
Whoa!
There was no space, honestly, there. He tried to rejoin, I think.
Whose fault was that?
I can't really say with definition, but there was no space to rejoin and Jerome was wide.
So, they're both now in the pits. Izzat is at the race from hell here. He's going to head into the pits for another time. Oh, Jerome's broken early. And Izzat's had to really slam on his brakes there to get anywhere close. As Invisible, well done, you're not last anymore, mate. And now up as a P15. But I'm still surprised there's been no safety car. Every single race I've seen around Hungary, no safety car. Which is so surprising for a track with so many incidents that have happened.
Yeah, definitely quite surprising.
As we now go through the next few corners, we see Black Mamba right on the back of Wesley. As Jerome says, is that fix your internet? He's in Singapore, mate. I don't think he can do much about it. As Jerome does pick up a time penalty along with the nice message in the Discord chat. As now we fly through the final sector for this little two-way battle between Black Mamba and Wesley. Who gets the better exit? And that's going to be the whole question that we'll be asking at the moment. The gap is 0.4 of a second. Wesley in ERS mode 4. A lot more ERS to his name. But now down to what Black Mamba's looking for. And down the inside he goes. Will it be a move? He goes deep into the corner. Still side by side. And Black Mamba does have the DRS this time around. So side by side into turn number 2. Then he's going to have to go round the outside. Wesley's gone deep into the corner to defend it well. And he has done. And obviously a very legal move as well.
In behind, Wolfsburg on the switchback from Prince Killer, and he tries to do the same around the outside, but there's no grip there, and Prince Killer maintains that position for now.
These drivers all getting closer. Conai Joe picks up a 3-second time penalty. Still 13 laps left in this race, so I feel like quite a few may pop up in the next few laps of time penalties as these drivers do push towards the end of the race. Sparhole still within that 3-second gap that he needs at the moment in time. Maybe he knows this now that Schofield does have the penalty, so he's just slowing down and ensuring that he does get back without a penalty. So I can see a bit of action between Izzat and Jerome at the back of the grid there. Jerome, Izzat's been pushed on the track there down towards turn 2. Jerome still holding that inside. Izzat around the outside they go. Izzat's going to have to stick in behind this time around. As I'm just having a look at that final few corners now, I can see in the McLaren of Prince Killer defending well from Wolfsburg and Bosworth in behind.
Yeah, Bosworth looking maybe to size up a move for Wolfsburg, then closing up. Wolfsburg of course having that DRS as defensive material. I think Bosworth has a bit of a look, but doesn't get past.
Yeah, not the time around.
Picks up a time penalty now as well.
And I jinxed that. I jinxed the heck out of that one. As now Schofield is giving a bit of a lifeline as they've both got that 3-second time penalty. Chill, I don't think has a penalty.
He does. I think he's picked it up quite early on.
Yeah, lap 11 he picked that up. So so Chill as well. 10k has got 2. I know that. So Wesley, as Black Mamba picks up a penalty. Is Wesley penaltyless? He is. So Wesley potentially could hop up a few positions, as the driver in behind has also got a penalty. So only 1.6 to 10k, and then a further 1.8 to QVR Chill. So potentially Wesley could get his second podium of the season here. As we've got yellows in sector 1. That's Jerome off. Could that cause a safety car potentially? No, it's not. Jerome's still on the track, but with damage. So the Alphas race once again with the Haas has just gone from bad to worse, and I expect quite soon it may be the end of the day for the Alphas. Schofield and now will try and negotiate past the slow Alpha ahead of him.
Yeah, let's see. Walsworth has a bit of a look there. Doesn't get past either way. It's quite tough to get past, this has been proven.
DRS trains obviously helping defence as well as attack, really, as Walsworth just allowing a bit of an ERS save up here, as he's got 20% more than Queen's Killer does in the tank in terms of his electrical recovery, which he can use to deploy and try and get past another car. But this time around, nothing of the sort, as we come down once again into that middle section. Now we can see one Alpha getting past another, as Giro now a lap down, will not be happy in the slices what's happened to him. He's going to head into the pits for another time and maybe retire from the race, or will he go for the fastest lap? One of the two.
Yeah, and let's see, Lord Elephant has closed up.
He does retire.
Yeah. Lord Elephant has closed up to the back of Conlai Joe. Let's see how he gets past. I think on those mediums he should be able to get past Renault. Has a bit of a run out of the last corner.
Yeah, surely.
Can he get past? This should be dumb move as he goes round the outsides. Will Conlai Joe try to defend this? He does, but I think Lord Elephant is past there, and yes he is. So that's Lord Elephant up into P8.
And now we can begin a little bit of a charge. Obviously he's got still quite a bit of life left, excuse me, in those tyres. At least another 5 laps in them before they start to get a bit old. So maybe that could be a little bit of a run up to AJ.
Invisible getting past Phoenix right there. I think he's glad that he can move up another position there.
Up to P14. He's run a bit wide out of turn 1, but it doesn't mind him. He's a bit of a lonely race for him. At least he's got a move done. As just ahead of him is Let's Get Physical. As is outstanding the fast lap of the race once again with a 19.4 on those mediums, showing that he did have pace, but sadly it wasn't converted due to a lack of consistency then. Sparholt still within that 3 seconds. As I just said that, he does get out of it and runs out wide out the final corner. As those two both have penalties in behind. Where's Wesley in all this? How far is Wesley behind QVR Chill? It's around about
3 seconds.
It's just under that 3 second mark. So Wesley could be on, even if he doesn't know it, for a podium here, which would be his second of the season.
Walsworth has made a bit of a mistake. Does he have damage?
I'm just looking now. It may be on the right front end play actually. Yes,
no,
yes he does. Oh no, he doesn't. Never mind.
Seems fine, I'd say. But
seems
Wesley has now as well close up to the back of Tenkate, now within a second. So he might get DRS off of that as well.
Yeah, 10k obviously on younger tyres actually, but Chill on older tyres, so is Sparholt. As AJ picks up a 3 second time penalty, which may play into Lord Elephant's hand. I'll just have a look at Lord's penalty situation. He's got a penalty as well, so they're both with penalties. As AJ does, I believe, pick up his first of the race so far. Yeah. Pretty
sure about that.
Yeah.
Is that another fast lap of the race then? 19.3.
He's just going for that fast lap now. He's got nothing else to really fight for, unless there is a safety car, which potentially there could be, and that would be very interesting. But we're just going to have to live right now with what we've got, and what we've got at the moment is not bad. Don't say that, because Black Mamba right on the back of Wesley. We've seen him try and get past him twice. Will the third time be the charm for the Mercedes driver then? As he comes out in the final corner, he's got the DRS on the Toronto ahead, who hasn't got the DRS on 10k. He's lost a bit of time in that final sector, down towards turn 1, and not this time around as Jerome leaves the session. Yeah, it doesn't look like any moves there at the moment, but in behind, Bosmot's Twins Killer, they've got a 5/10 gap, but it's just not going to be close enough this time round there. But as the laps do go on, Baltimore should be able to get past the McLaren ahead, considering he's on grippier and younger medium tyres than Queen's got his 15-lap-old hard tyres then.
Just look at this. Let's get Fiscals now into the pits. I think that's is that his first pit stop?
I believe, yeah, he's 26 laps on those tyres.
He'll be going on to the soft since Bosmos picked up a time penalty as where then.
Visha also on those 26-lap-old tyres. He looks like he's going to the softs as well then. What did I say? Let's get Fiscal trying a different strategy, and that's exactly what he's done. Maybe looking for the fastest lap now to get a bit of pride out of a very somber result. As now, little train in behind 10k forming, the 4th, 5th and 6th. RLH Wesley right in behind us. Prince Killer picks up a penalty down in P10 with Bosmont's only 5 tenths in behind, so Bosmont's may be able to go up a position there, maybe grab a point out of today. As down towards turn 1 we go now with Wesley. Doesn't look like there'll be a move into that first corner then, as Black Mamba in behind cannot benefit from it either. As in behind as well, we got that Bosmont's Prince Killer battle, and it's much closer this time. Down towards turn 1 they go, round the outside the Mercedes goes, and will there be a move this time round? Prince Killer good defending, but with better grip on the exit. Bosmont's could have a perfect move there, and yes he does. What a move by the Mercedes driver to get himself up a position then.
Yeah, really good move there by Bosmont's. Let's see, still the train for behind 10k then. We have Wesley and Black Hammer closing up to the back of them. Seems to be getting a bit closer every lap. That's another fastest lap.
That's much quicker this time, 5 tenths quicker, so Izat's really pushing to maybe close up to Visha. Visha will have to pit, so maybe up to Invisible actually. It will be a bit of a push, but potentially with Invisible's 22-lap-old tyres, he has got potential too, as now we start the 29th lap of the race. RLH Wesley right on the back of 10k. It's sister cars here. Well, actually not sister cars, sorry. Is this sister cars or is it cousin cars? I don't even know. Down towards turn number 1 then. Red Bull versus Toro Rosso. And 10k holds it for now, but on exit, potentially bit of a switchback move. RLH Wesley closing up. He's got that DRS. He's out a better exit. Out of turn 1, round the outside. They now go 10k, really putting out all the tricks in the book there. Right on board with Black Mamba now. See this perfectly. Wesley looking round the outside of turn number 4, and that's not going to be a move. As 10k picks up a penalty. Not good for him. That's 9 seconds he's now got. So AJ will be able to maybe hop in on the action, only around 4 seconds behind these lot. But as these guys are behind 10k, QVR Chill is able to get away from them.
Yeah, but he needs another 3-4 tenths looking at Wesley. So it will be very close. Black Mamba picks up his 2nd time penalty, I believe. So that's not too great for him, and might fall back. If these two keep fighting, AJ might get close as well and try to get P5. I think it has 9 seconds at least.
Well, yeah, Black Mamba, wasn't it 6 seconds you just said?
Black Mamba has 6 seconds, but 10k has 9.
Yeah,
so go back.
So yeah, at the moment, let's have a look at this Wesley then.
Wesley,
this is
round
really
the outside.
important. Yeah, around the outside. This could be a good move here if he can pull it off. He's got DRS as well on the X. He's using all his ERS to try and get past 10k this time. He goes to the outside again. He already knows what 10k usually does. He goes out wide, but this time he stays in quite tight and gets a better exit. And up towards turn 4, he's at a much better exit, but he's staying in behind 10k, hitting the back of him as Black Mamba looks for the move, but he doesn't go for it either. So, through the next few corners they go. That little battle is still heading forward as everyone seems to be pretty lonely at the moment, as Vitra has been overtaken by Izat in the meantime. Sadly, we didn't see that movement. But Izat looks to have a little bit of a bad run out the final corner, but I don't think Vitra will be able to get past, even though there's only a 6-10 gap there. So the only real battle on our screens at the moment is this 4th, 5th and 6th battle, and surely before long RLH Wesley will get closer to 10k then.
Yeah, I expect so. Black Mamba will be looking in behind as well. But Wesley, he can't afford to make a mistake. Then he has to that position loss, and even more time lost to Chill. Let's see, Wesley closing into the back of 10K. Wait, don't think he's close enough. Black Mamba looking in behind as well. No move there either.
Good final sector from 10K there to make sure that that threat wasn't possible. I'm just having a look. Mid-pack, no will closes the drivers as Prince Color on old hards and Bosmots ahead on old mediums as well. There's no real change of position there at the moment. So the only battle at the moment is between these three. So we'll stick on them with the final few laps to go, and hopefully there'll be a bit of movement as Chill is now out of about 3 seconds. Oh!
And Wesley is round as well. I think Wesley tried to avoid it but couldn't really do much. I mean, will there be a safety car out for this? Yellow's in sector 2.
Surely not. There's no 10K is back up and running, and yeah. Unlucky for the Red Bull there. He's run wide again. He's in the barriers, and oh, he's killed his front wing, but somehow kept his front wheel alive as down in P12 now, and that's a bad way to end his, as there's a VSC now. But I assume there'll be no action really now. So I'm just having a look now. AJ, after that little battle, is Wesley got damage? Wesley he doesn't have damage.
No, but he did spin for a bit, or a half spin, as 10K picks up another time penalty then.
So down towards turn 1.
And Lord Elephant's into the pits.
What's he doing? Soft,
he's going up to the
surely.
softs.
VSC will
laps, Prince Killer and Wolfsburg following him. Don't get this honestly, because
surely it's for the fastest lap.
Probably, yeah.
Surely it's for the fastest lap.
He was up into P7 though, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
So,
I don't know why he's done that. He can't really close 11 seconds in 4 laps. As AJ picks up a penalty, which is really going to change. How's he done that underneath the VSC?
Yes, he has.
How's he done that? This is a long VSC. We now go green. It's been a lap VSC to be fair. So
as Beanstra makes now his first pit stop.
Oh my god! What?
He has run 31 laps on those hard tires, and now finally will switch to the softs.
Why? This is a weird strategy call from the Toronto guys, and Vinci down in the final position does get lapped.
There'll be laps, yeah. So Scopefield and Sparholt going through there.
That's a very weird strategy call. But anyway,
yes. It's an impressive stint. That's the least we can say.
Well, yeah. Let's have a look at the consistency though, as not many battles going on. Have a look at how consistent he's been. Staying around the 22 mark, 23 is fair play to him. But not really championship winning pace for the Toro Rosso drivers. 10K leaves the session after that little spinner and the fall from grace, as you could say. Sparholt 2.5 seconds and Chill a further 4 behind. He looks pretty safe now. Then in behind we've got Black Mamba, then RLH Wesley with AJ picking up that penalty, which has really lost him all hope of getting past Wesley ahead then. As Wesley, wait, did we say he had a penalty, or has he got 1 free second?
Wesley doesn't have a penalty.
Oh, okay. So actually you'll get past Black Mamba.
Yeah, he will.
But it's only up into P4 though, and he won't get any higher than that. So sad for Wesley that he's been caught up in that 10K mess, but it happens to all of us. That's just racing at the end of the day. As there's no real battles going on the track as we come through to start lap 34 then, or 35. Sparholt still keeping that around about 2.5 second gap for the entirety of the race. As we now coming down into turn number 2 for these guys. Let's have a look at, as there's not much action on track, who's really made a massive gain in positions then. Obviously the VSC helping out quite a few drivers. Black Mamba up 5 positions as Lord Elephant goes as the fast lap of the race. Nice one from him. So Black Mamba said going up 5 positions. Cotton Eye Joe having a very good race, up 9 positions as Wolfsburg now setting the fast lap of the race, is Lord Elephant's teammate. Bosmot's up 9 as well. Lord Elephant up 4. Biggest losers out of all this, Invisible, he's gone down 9 after that crash.
That's yeah, unfortunate. One thing to look out for, Sparls has gained quite a bit this lap on Scope Fielder. Not too sure if that's just Scope Fielder slowing down because he can, or that he has
Surely he's
made a mistake or whatever.
Surely he's made a mistake. He didn't just slow down for the final lap.
Yeah, if he's, I don't know on how many warnings it is, but if he's close to another penalty, that could be. Yeah, he has on 2 warnings, so that could be like. I'm just gonna make sure I don't get another penalty.
Potentially. So into the final lap now. It seems
AJ
that
still close.
Everything's died down except for this little battle between AJ and Wesley. Then.
Don't think in turn 1, but maybe if he can get a good exit out of it. Can he get past the Toros driver? Wesley does have a decent exit. AJ closing up to. Can he make a move? Down he is out of turn 2. Hits inside of him. They collide a bit. I think Wesley will maintain it there as a Prince Killer has had a drive through and has headed into the pits.
So Prince Killer, he wasn't even in. I don't think he was even in. Was he in points or was he not?
He was P10.
Oh,
so.
okay, so he's lost the only point. McLaren's being second and was it 3rd and 6th in quali. Now 11th and 12th. They just don't have the race pace. Zach Brown will not be happy about that as Lord picks up a 3-second time penalty. We're coming to the end of the final lap now. Out of the field for these drivers, and he's been dominant. He's been dominant this whole race. Scopefielder. He's done well. He's just done what he needs to do. Up to the line. He does take the win today. Sparholt taking home 2nd. Obviously that VSC helping out a lot there. P3 will be QVR Chill. Vinci will take home P15. P4 Black Mama. But after penalties, is this a Wesley P4 then? Yes it is. And AJ P6 as he's picked up a few penalties as well. So your top 3, Scopefielder, Sparholt and QVR Chill. Cotton Joe taking home a very nice P7 with Bosmots taking home a very nice P8 as well with Northern Elephant in behind taking also a very nice P9. P10 the other Ferrari will be Morgebert, and that will be all your points position holders for today. And then just outside the top 10 we've got the 2 McLarens who are battling, and Prince Killer won't be able to get past Invisible. It doesn't seem like it unless he gets an amazing run out of the final corner, which isn't going to happen. So up to line it will be, unless there's penalties, nope. Invisible 11th and Prince Killer 12th with Izzat in behind taking P13 then. And Let's Get Fiscal will be our final finisher of today then. But our winner today, after a very calm and consistent race, is Scopefielder. What a result from the man, and he'll be very happy about that one. Closing in on his teammate QVR Chill.
Yeah, that will definitely help him in the championship battle.
That's his 3rd win, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah. After Austria and Britain picked up here in Hungary his 3rd win. It's well done for the Swedish man. He takes home the win.
Well, yeah, a great result from him as he lifts the trophy now. And he's very close actually to the top if you think about it. 75 points, only down to race wins. Sparholt taking home that P2. I think, does he have the most race wins of the season potentially? Or is that Chill's?
Yeah. No, I think Chill has either 1 or 2. So
Scopefielder already showing himself as a definite championship contender. As
Definitely.
we now go through the grid then, Scopefielder takes home the W today, and P2 will be Sparholt, P3 will be QVR Chill, P4 goes to RLH Wesley, and P5 is Black Mambas to keep. 6th is AJ Win, 7th is Cotton Eye Joe, 8th is Bosmots, and 9th and 10th are the 2 Ferraris of Lord Elephant and Walshabert. Outside the top 10 we've got the 2 McLarens of Invisible and Prince Killer. Is at 13th, Fiscal 14th, and Venus up 15th with 3 DNFs today of 10 Kate, Jerome and Donkey Dan. Driver of the day for me, I don't know, probably, surely, who would you say, personally, Verstappen?
Honestly, I'd say Scopefielder here.
Yeah, it was just good drive.
As I have to get going quite early, so
yeah, that's
I've invited the top 3.
Good luck in the race.
Yeah, thank you, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.
As one person's left, another person's joined. As Scopefielder and also QVR Chill have already joined. The 2 Williams drivers Not sure if Sparholt is joining or not. Then we'll just give it a minute for those two guys in the party. Make sure your voice is not always allowed before we start the little interviews. I'm just going to check if Sparholt does have any activity in the chat, potentially allowing him to join the party. Let's just have a look. But anyways, I think obviously as you did finish first, we'll just go straight on to you then, Scopefielder. A bit of luck and a lot of skill there. Obviously locking out so hard to the safety car, the VSC there, and somehow, well, with a lot of consistency as well, holding that around that 2.5 second gap for the most of the race. Well done on that P1. How was that race for you?
Well, thanks. It feels good to finally like finish first on track and also get the win. So my other two wins have been like a third and a seventh, so it didn't feel like real wins there. But yeah, today I had a great pace all around. Yeah, really happy with my race.
Well, yeah, it seemed like a very good one, to be fair, as you just kept that gap and you probably didn't see much action. Obviously that first in would have been much more exciting than the second, obviously not really closing into anyone. But how was that first in terms of trying to close up to Sparholt?
Yeah, I think I got kind of stuck at the beginning behind the McLaren, but then he spun, so I got like a 3-second place there, and then it was just pushing to get Sparholt, and I think I got like 1/10 a lap, so didn't go fast at all. But you know, in the end I came within that second, so I got within his DRS, and then he immediately pitted. I thought he pitted pretty early, and I saw he got out on traffic, so I figured I stay out a bit longer, and I think it was almost 7 laps longer than him, so I think I would have a great opportunity, even without the VSC, to catch him, and now I could drive pretty safe, staying out of penalties, warnings, etc. In the second stint. So.
Well, yeah, what was your reaction when you just saw that like little yellow dash in the middle of your screen saying VSC?
I thought it was kind of hilarious, considering the other 2 wins I got in this league, like all safety cars. So yeah, it's safety cars and this league for me seems like a good combo.
Well, it seems like at the moment you got 100% record of your racing with safety cars, as you've got another win, 75 points, all down to race wins and then obviously other results as well. You must be already looking down your teammates' back for maybe a bit of a championship contention.
You know, I think Shill is faster on me in more tracks than I'm faster than him. Today I was slightly faster on race pace, so that's good, but I think there's still a pretty big gap between me and him. I gained 10 points on him today, so I think it's still around 20 or something, so it's a pretty big gap to catch him, but we'll see.
Well, yeah, so well done on that P1, very consistent race, and those 25 points to go of it.
Yeah, thanks.
And now on to third place today. At some points it could have been fourth, but a bit of a lucky incident there with 10K and Wesley in behind. Obviously you having the penalties and those guys behind not having penalties must have had you in a bit of a shock, but after that little incident you could just drive home pretty in a chill kind of way. QVR chill. Well done on that P3. How was that race for you?
Yeah, it was pretty much just full sweat mode in the second half. I had to get the gap to the guys behind because I knew I had a penalty, so I was just constantly pushing. I made a few mistakes, but I don't think they ever got within a second, so that was all good. And I followed Sparholt in on the undercut because I thought I needed a bigger gap, which helped, but then the VSC brought them closer to me, so in the end I think they actually gained on me from me undercutting, so just had to push through.
Well, yeah, obviously the VSC helping your teammate and probably not as much yourself, but you did get yourself into some clear air, which did help close up to well, basically secure that P3 then. Wasn't many battles out there on track for you in that second stint, but how do you say the battles were today, obviously with Hungary being such a close and well, as they say in Monaco, without the barriers?
I think the only real battle I had was with my teammate on lap 1, and that was it really. So I think the only position I gained was from the McLaren spin. No one really tried to come at me from behind, so I was just driving on my own the whole race pretty much. So don't really have much to say on the metal front.
Well, yeah, a bit like me last night. You're the Nico Hulkenberg, but actually getting podiums. Like, I'm the Nico Hulkenberg without getting the podiums in the Renault as well, which kind of makes it even better. But you're still getting consistent points at the top of the championship. You can't be sad about that, can you?
No, it's one place better than last week, so it's an improvement.
Exactly, that's what you want to hear. 2 Williams on the podium, and also an Alpha alongside. It's all looking good at the moment. The grid is just so close, and I want to thank everyone who raced tonight for putting on an absolute show once again with 4-way battles, 3-way battles, all the way through the race. Thank you for the 2 guys who attended the podium interviews, and from me and from Verstappen, who is here in here with our hearts. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.